Friends of the show who are in the know that I love card and board games. Ever since my usual cluster of nerds broke up, though, it's been tough to get folks together for some Ascension, Agricola, or Labora, Eclipse, or other games that don't start with vowels. Unfortunately, spoiled for choice, Dominion fell rather out of favor. There's a lot of setup there, there's a lot of fiddling around when it comes to setting up kingdom cards, and if you don't have the right loadout, you can end up with games that are either turbo solitaire or uncontrollable free-for-alls, games that suffer from too much or too little interaction. Dominion Online, though, at playdominion.com, fixes a number of my gripes. Sure, the layout might seem a little Spartan, but if you need a quick fix of deck-building goodness, they'll certainly scratch the itch. So what is Dominion? It's the seminal deck-building game, where you start with 10 cards and have to buy everything else you get to play. It's a mechanic that's been copied by many other games and distorted all kinds of ways, from the maid-filled paradise of Tanto Cuore to the gem smashings of Puzzle Strike to licensed properties like Resident Evil and Star Trek. By using the 7 copper coins in your deck, you can purchase action cards, more valuable coins, and eventually the green-faced victory cards that serve no purpose other than giving you points to win the game. The stock of cards is limited, though. While the standard coins and victory cards are constant, the 10 kingdom cards that see most of the action are different from setup to setup, and can be altered to your liking. However, the supply of each card is limited, and the game ends when either 3 supplies of cards or the all-important provinces are sold out. Most of the game boils down to tuning your deck to increase the treasures you get per turn, using those treasures to buy cards to further tune your deck, and then making an all-out sprint to the finish line by buying all the provinces you can, or other victory cards if your strategy lies elsewhere, but it rarely does. You can sling through each turn quickly as you please, as the point-and-click interface is convenient and accurate, popping up card text on command and showing you pertinent stats. But all the UI in the world isn't going to save you if your game can't bring the AI, and on that front, this online version soars with tough-as-nails opponents that act fast. Perhaps too fast, as paying attention to your opponent's deck is sometimes the only way to understand their strategy and how you can defeat them. But if you're not in the mood for AI opponents, either one-off bots or the moderately story-focused adventure mode, there's also a number of live players spoiling for a fight. The game supports 2 to 6-handed games with some modifications in play for 5 and 6-player throwdowns. All the matchmaking is handled through a convenient lobby, and while there's chat available, it tends to go unused as everything you need to know is in the cards. You can play the base set for free, but expansions are still going to cost you a bit of real money. Still, it's worlds better than the physical cards. Though if there were a Pokemon-esque redemption function to get the cards online when you buy a physical set, that would be optimal. In-game currency can be used to purchase promo cards or zaps that let you hobble a difficult foe in the adventure mode by diluting their deck with estates rather than, useful things. Even if you don't put any cash into it, you're still getting to enjoy a Spiel des Jahres winner for free, with online multiplayer. The rest is just gravy. Sure, there's not much music to speak of, and the sound effects are tinny and repetitive, but don't pretend you're not just going to turn those off while you watch Mythbusters anyway. And when am I going to get a decent version of Agricola that isn't on an iPhone or in French?